Good afternoon. It is 20 after 2 on Monday. It is about 19 degrees Celsius out right now. It is so freaking nice out. Yeah, so happy. I couldn't be happier. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. This means I need to suck it up and take all my Christmas decorations down off my porch. I still haven't done that. Whoops. I told my kids I'm gonna just throw them out because I'm so done decorating my porch for Christmas. Like, we're not doing the lights of that shit no more. I'll do my wreaths, and I have like hang 'em up things that, you know, I put out. That's fine. We don't need to be doing lights and garland and all that happy horse shit. Oh dear. So anybody watching, how you doing? How you been? How was your Easter weekend? Excuse me. Sorry, I still have the tail end of this cough. I was absolutely dumbfounded today to find that there was no school. I woke up around 10 o'clock this morning, and as I came out of my room, Monkey came up the stairs, just kind of poked his head up the stairs. I'm like, my God, you're late. Go to school. What are you doing? He's like, there's no school today. Like, what do you mean? He said, I got up and got ready and made my lunch and walked to school, and it was locked. Like, whoops, sorry, I didn't know. He's like, no, I didn't know either. All right. I don't go to school. I don't know these things. He's so funny. I'm like, all right, well, you can stay home, I guess. Oh, hot. So yesterday, well, okay, so I had plans for over the Easter weekend on the Saturday. Both boys were set to be home. Cool. We were going to go bowling during the day and then order pizza and have pizza and junk food in the evening and binge watch more Stranger Things. I was so excited. We were all excited. So Monkey went with his dad on Thursday. I talked about that in my last vlog. That was a good time. He came home Friday night, and he said he wasn't feeling good. He was feeling off, feeling weird, kind of nauseous, like that kind of thing. Now on Wednesday, no, it was Thursday, he got, at school, he got, I think it was 3 shots, okay? One was the meningitis, some meningitis shot. One was some sort of hepatitis shot, and one was this HPV shot that they do now. Whatever. That wasn't a thing when I was a kid, so I don't know, whatever. And I'd said to the health unit, because the health unit called me and said they had done these first round of shots, I don't know, back in the early fall or something, like 6 months ago or what, I don't fucking know, whatever. But I had forgotten about the paperwork. Well, no, that's not true. I hadn't forgotten about it. What I'd forgotten about was to check his, I wanted to call the health unit and find out if he'd had these shots before, because I couldn't find his immunization card. And right now we don't have, to the best of my knowledge, a family doctor. I believe he closed up shop. I have no idea what's going on with that. I still need to phone. I suck. So I was talking to the nurse at the health unit about it, and she's like, we wouldn't have any records unless you or the doctor called it in. I was like, oh, well, for fuck. Like, I just assumed that the doctors called it in so that the health unit had a record. Fucking no. It's like, all right, well. I said, if you're going in for the kid's second round at the school, can you do my kid's first round? And I'll have to bring him into the health unit in October for the second. And they were like, yeah, we can absolutely do that. But I was asking about the HPV because, quite frankly, I didn't know what it was. I never heard of it. Apparently, it's some sort of STD prevention shot, whatever. These kids are 12, 13 years old. Come on now. And this is what I said to her. Like, they're barely into their teens. You're giving them STD shots? Like, I don't understand. When they talk about wanting to get it wet, then we can talk about the shot, okay? And she was like, that's fine. It's not mandatory. Like the meningitis and the hepatitis one are mandatory. They cannot be in the school without them. That's fine. Go get your shots. Some sort of STD shot. I mean, fuck, come on. The kids aren't even allowed to shake each other's hands at school anymore. So I'm really not worried about anybody trying to dry hump anybody. Like, you know what I mean? Come on. So and she kind of giggled. She's like, yeah. She said, but I will tell you that if he doesn't get it this year, then in grade 9, he'll have to get 3 shots instead of 2. And I was like, oh no, Monkey will not be down for that. He'll put up with a lot of shit and he'll do it with a grin, but getting shots, no, he'll only take so much. So I was like, okay, well, fucking do it, whatever. So he came home from his dad's on Friday and was telling me how horrible he was feeling. And I was like, oh shit. But I thought, okay, well, sometimes you feel a little yucky after certain shots. Like, it's fine. Like, more than the usual sore arm or whatever. Like, it's fine. Then at bedtime, I get a text. He texted me from the bathroom. He texted me from the bathroom to say that he was vomiting. So, of course, I dropped what I was doing and I went upstairs and rubbing his back. And, are you okay? And, you know, not much else I can do for you, bud. I got him some water to rinse his mouth, and when he was done, I gave him some mouthwash. And then I brought him up, got him into bed, got him all tucked in. He looked horrible. Gave him a Tylenol, and brought him up a bottle of water, and I said, just sip it. Little sips. Every once in a while, do not chug the fucking thing. You'll be back in the bathroom. That was fine. I didn't hear from him all night. I must have slept really heavy. I did not hear him. Usually if my kids are up and about, I don't necessarily get up, but I hear them and I listen for a minute. I didn't have anything. None of that. So I came downstairs Saturday morning, probably about 9:30, and I could hear YouTube playing in Monkey's room. So I stuck my head in, and he's laying on bed. He's all wrapped up in like multiple blankets. He had, you know, full pajamas on. He had socks on. I was like I know he tends to be a little on the chilly side, but it was really nice out on Saturday. Like, there was no need for that. So I popped my head in and I said, Monkey, you doing all right? And he just shook his head. And so I went and I got my thermometer. He had a low-grade fever. So I gave him some more Tylenol. And he told me he'd been up all night with the shits, with the trots. Like, all night. And I said, I noticed he had a couple of my Gatorade bottles in his room. And he's like, I'm sorry. He said, I had to go get something. He said the water wasn't doing it. And I said, nope. And that's it. Because my Gatorade is sacred. That's all I drink. I don't drink water. So don't touch my fucking Gatorade. I said, nope. When you're sick, you go get that Gatorade. Abso-friggin-lutely. Do not worry about it. I said, but I wish you would have come got me. Like, I felt horrible. He's like, well, what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. Like, but it's my job. I felt so bad. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get my coffee in me and I'm going to run out and I'm going to make you a care run. So I'll go out and get a whole bunch of, you know, it's Mr. Noodles, but it's not. The dollar store sells it. It's fantastic. It's the best Mr. Noodles that, like, ever. My coworker got me onto it. He said, I'll go and grab a whole armful of those, and I'll grab you some ginger ale. And we needed bread. And crackers. Because I figured if he didn't want the soup, he could at least nibble on some crackers and vice versa. And failing all else, then there was the ginger ale and my Gatorade, right? The poor kid. So I went and did all that. I came back and I asked him if he wanted some. And he said he did. So I made up a package of noodles for him and a package of noodles for me. And I made sure to grab a ginger ale that was already refrigerated, so it was nice and cold for him. And in the time it took me to make a cup of noodles, like to boil water basically, and bring it up to him, he was passed out. Like, passed out. So I felt really bad, but I knew he hadn't eaten. And of course his dinner didn't stay down the night before, so I was like, ugh. I was like, Monkey, do you still want foods? He's like, yep, I do. So I set him up all his pillows so he could sit up and have his noodles and watch his YouTubes and whatever, and just left him alone. And I went up and checked on him in about an hour, and he was laying in bed, half awake and half asleep. The soup wasn't touched. He'd eaten most of the crackers. And he said, nope. He said, I can't do the soup. I can't do the soup. And I said, that's fine. Eat the crackers. I'll go get you more crackers. And he was sipping on the ginger ale. So I went and grabbed him a bottle of water and more crackers. That poor kid. And he slept. He never touched crackers. He barely touched anything. And he slept. I checked on him just about every hour. I'm not a helicopter parent, but when my kids are sick, I am a helicopter parent. I am all over that shit. I kept taking his temperature while he was sleeping, and it would come and go. Like, he did have a fever, but it was low grade, right? Like, nothing to panic about. But it would break, and then it would come back, and it would break, and it would come back. So I don't generally worry about fevers unless they're consistent and high, right? So that's fine. But I also didn't wake him up to give him Tylenol because I figured the best thing he could do was sleep, right? So, and he was all bundled up. So I let him sleep, but around 8:30 or something at night, I went upstairs to check on him. I went out for a cigarette, and then I went up to check on him. And he woke up when I came in, and he goes, is it tomorrow? I was like, no, honey, it's 8:30 at night. I said, are you hungry? Do you want something? He said, no. I said, well, there's crackers at your table. There's a water. There's a Gatorade. And he had been sipping the ginger ale. So I said, there's whatever's left of that. So take what you need. I gave him another Tylenol. And he was gone. Sunday, he got up. Totally different kid. Totally different kid. He was like, yeah, no. Feeling crappy? We don't know her. We're fine. And he was great. He was still tired, but he was conscious. No fever. His appetite was back. I got up and made him breakfast. I was like, yeah, you're fine. Okay, cool. I was thinking I was going to have to phone the health unit. Well, not today because they're probably closed, but like Tuesday. And be like, yeah, yo, these shots he is never getting again. Too fucking bad. I'll homeschool the boy. It's fine. But he's fine, so I'm wondering if he was maybe fighting a little something when he got the shots as well. Like, I don't know. Because my kids are, I'm all for the general vaccines, right? The ones you need for school and whatever. Okay, fine. And there's always that sore arm. Maybe they're a little tired, a little grumpy. Like, it's fine. You give them some Tylenol, you buy them some treats, you love on them a little bit, and they're fine, right? I've never had any of my children get the way Monkey was on Saturday. I was actually kind of scared. It spooked me a little bit. I was a little bit more than a helicopter parent. I was all over that kid. Writing everything down, and just in case you need to take him to emerge or something. Like, fuck's sakes. But Sunday he was absolutely fine. And I texted my boyfriend. He was supposed to go for a trail walk with a buddy of his at like 10 o'clock in the morning. But his buddy called him at like 10 o'clock and was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that today. So he was pissed. Because he does this all the time. Like, this is not a once in a while thing. Like, every time they have a plan to do something, he flakes last minute. Like, very last minute. So he was pissed. So he's texting me, bitching and moaning and whatever. And I said, well, and of course his kid didn't want to do anything. And he just wanted to get out of the house. So I said, look, Monkey's feeling much better. Boo Boo's home today. Let me talk to them. If they're both okay with it, I can come down for a couple hours, but I need to be home by 6:30 because I need to do dinner, and I thought there was school today. He's like, yeah, you do that. I said, well, you go for your trail walk, right? Go for your trail walk, because there's this great big woodsy trails that he likes to do. And the ones that are out in, like, I think it was like out in Arcona or something like that. I don't like them. It's too wet right now, for one thing. And for two, it's a lot of like steep climbing and stuff. And that's right up there with running. A bitch don't do that. I will happily meet Jesus. It's fine. I want to walk. I want to enjoy the scenery. I want to, fuck around and make fun of stuff, and like, I'm not trying to get into shape, okay? So he went and did that, and I talked to my boys, and they were perfectly fine. They were like, yep, you go ahead, it's fine, go do your thing. I said, all right, well, if I'm running late, I will stop and get pizza, forgetting that our pizza place is closed on Sundays. But I had also taken pork chops out. So it'll be one or the other, right? So they were cool. I said, all right, well, if anything pops up, text me. I can be home like the wind, okay? I take back roads. I have no problem speeding if I need to. So it doesn't bother me at all. So off I tottered, went over to my boyfriend's. And we did a nice walk. Just, I don't know, there's like it's kind of woodsy, but not. It's, I don't know, there's like a little, well, it's not little, it's a big pond, and it goes through the whole park, but some sort of conservation thing or whatever, I don't know. It's pretty. I've never been this time of year. We usually go in the summer, like when everything's blooming and whatever. So that was really nice. I really enjoyed that. There are a few times we have to walk up or down a rather steep section, but it was fine. It was perfect walking weather yesterday. It wasn't cold. It wasn't hot. Like, it was perfect. It was really nice. We had a good time. So I spent, I don't know, a couple of hours with him anyway. And by the time we were done the walk, it was time to go. I was home maybe 5 or 10 minutes later than I was hoping to be. I think I was home by like 6:45 or something like that. It wasn't too bad. But I'd remembered when I was getting in the car to come home that our pizza place is closed on Sundays. And Monkey is a bit of a picky eater. I really wanted Subway, and Boo Boo was down for Subway. I said, well, go ask your brother. Like, I called home, right? And I was like, go ask your brother if he wants Subway. Monkey's idea of a sandwich is like bread and meat and absolutely nothing else. It's like this. It's a dry sandwich. Like, no mayonnaise, no butter, no mustard, nothing. So he wasn't down for Subway. I wasn't really feeling pizza because we would have had to have we can't agree on a pizza place outside of our local one that we all like, that's closed on Sundays. I don't mind pizza, but Boo Boo hates it. Boo Boo loves Domino's. I loathe Domino's. Domino's actually makes me feel bleh. Pizza Hut, it's not as greasy as it was back in the day, but it's still greasy as fuck. And Little Caesars is just an absolute waste of money. Little Caesars is what you buy when you're on your way home from work. You have to eat and then go out again somewhere immediately. Like, that's when you get Little Caesars. You don't have time to actually chew and taste your food. You just need to get it in you and go. That's Little Caesars. So we ended up at McDonald's. Jesus Christ, I hate McDonald's. I hate McDonald's. And my stomach was so mad at me. Because if I go to McDonald's, I usually just get fries. But I got a quarter pounder with cheese and extra pickles. And I wanted to die last night. Ugh. But it's fine. Whatever. Everybody ate. That's all I cared about. So today, there was the mockery of Monkey going to school when there was no school. And Boo Boo's at work right now. And my HelloFresh box came this afternoon, so I started cooking up one of the chili recipes that they sent me. Because that can just sit and thicken on the stove, and then it's fine. And then all I have to cook tonight is for the boys, their pork chops. So, yay me. However, I'm an idiot, so doing up this chili, having a great old time. I'm watching Supernatural while I'm doing it. It's fine. One of the things that I had to do with this recipe was make croutons for my salad. So I've done it before. It's not that deep. But I don't use my broiler very often, and there's a damn good reason why. Because I tend to walk away and do other things. Well, I never do just one thing. I'm a multitasker. I just want to get everything done. Everything all at once. So I had the chili simmering on the stove, and I had the dressing made for the salad. All I had to do was make these fucking croutons. So I chopped up the ciabatta bread, seasoned it all up, and I put the cheese on it and everything, and stuck it in the broiler. It said 6 minutes. I'm like, all right, well, 6 minutes, I can go out and have a smoke. Like, it's fine. So, not when you're using the broiler, you can't. Went outside and had a cigarette. While I'm having my cigarette, I ended up hunting for memes, because on the Twitter, I love to spread the memes around, okay? They make me so happy. And I wish to make other people happy, so I spread and sprinkle the memes all over Twitter. God damn it, if I don't come in the house and my oven's beeping and there's smoke everywhere and I can see flames flickering in my stove, I'm like, motherfucker. Open it up, grab the thing, and I'm like blowing out the fire. Fuck's sake. Like, the bread actually caught fire. It is actually cinders on top of my stove right now. Insane. Insane. I put a picture of it on Twitter. And I blame the memes. Oh my God. I have never done something so stupid in all my life. Jesus fucking Christ. So there'll be no croutons in my salad tonight, or no croutons in my chili. I have to do crackers or something. Fuck. Such an idiot. So my windows are all open, as they should be today anyway. And I'm airing out the smoke. And Monkey's just laying up in his room, you know, watching the YouTubes or whatever it is he's doing. And didn't say nothing until I came upstairs and said, I'm going to go vlog. I'll be back in a minute. And he's like, I smell smoke. Yes, you do, because your mother is an idiot. God damn it. Yeah, it's getting hot as balls in this car. Woo. So that's been my, what, 2 or 3 days. I have to work tomorrow. And then I'm off on Wednesday, which is perfect because the lady who's doing my counter install in the kitchen called, and she's going to come Wednesday and measure everything, make sure everything's copacetic. So that worked out well. And then I work Thursday and Friday. Friday, I believe, is when my boss is going on holidays. And I think she's off until, was it the 20th or the 21st or something like that? But I did arrange with her that if my cupboards and everything come in, that they can start on the 17th, because I guess that's a gentle Monday or something, and my coworker and the new hire can handle that. I don't know. I don't generally work Mondays, so I don't know what Mondays are like. Every once in a while, she'll throw me in on a Monday, and I'm like, what's going on? Where are we going? What are we doing? I haven't seen this house in a good long while. So that'll be exciting. I just cannot wait for this kitchen stuff to start and be done. And I'm hoping this week is supposed to be a gorgeous week. My car's still on. Here's me wasting my gas. Jesus. My car's so quiet. I forget. This week is supposed to be absolutely gorgeous. Like, I'm hoping it stays like this at least until Saturday, because I'm supposed to go back to my boyfriend's on Friday after work, and we want to do more trail walking. He wants to do more trail walking. I just want to spend time with him. So if I have to walk a trail, fine. I don't particularly want to be sitting around the house all day either, so I'm totally down for a trail walk. Just don't try to kill me. Like, no big hills, no jumping over friggin' streams. Like, that shit pisses me off. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not walking across logs. Like, I'm not trying to die, okay? I am nowhere near being a graceful person. Do not put me in that circumstance. You will helicopter my ass out and I will be dead. Like, no. Don't want that. Unless you want to raise my kids, don't. There is a clause that I have. You kill me, you have to raise my kids, okay? So, yeah, I'm really hoping the weather stays nice. After Saturday, I can go to shit, I don't care, but... He got his internet all hooked up and everything, so I'll bring my laptop and that cord thingy that hooks it to the TV so we can watch some movies, because I've got the Prime and the Shudder. And of course Soap Today, but you know. So there's lots of options. So yeah, it should be a good time. I'm excited. So that's about all that's up with me. I hope everybody watching had a good Easter. I hope your Monday is gentle. I hope you didn't send your kid to school to find that it wasn't school. I hope that was just a me thing. That's so stupid. Anyways, take care of yourself, and we'll talk later.